Hello, simplifiers, and welcome to Workers' Comp Simplified, calculating your WCB premiums. If you've ever sat there and wondered, how much am I going to have to pay to WCB? How much premiums am I actually going to be paying? Well, then today's the video for you. This is the video you want to see because I'm going to share with you the formula that WCB uses in order to provide you with a premium. Now, something to keep in mind before we get started. The formula I'm going to show you today is applicable across Canada. It doesn't matter what province you're working in, whether you're in BC, Saskatchewan, Ontario, in the Maritimes, everywhere in between, this formula will work for you. Regardless of your industry or anything else, this will definitely serve you in understanding how much potential premiums or how much premiums you're actually going to give to WCB. Now, something to keep in mind. What is WCB? Well, WCB is an insurance company, and what they do is they insure payroll. So for them, payroll equals people. The more people you have, the more employees, the more that you pay them, the more premiums you're going to have to pay because your payroll is going to be higher. So WCB has to do that. Now, why do they collect a premium? Why do they do this? Because as an insurance company, what they're ensuring is that if a worker gets injured while working for you, WCB will pay the worker for any time that's missed from work. They'll pay their wages, but they'll also cover the medical bills associated with return to work and helping that worker recover and get back to work faster and safer. Now, you might be wondering, well, how much payroll are they actually covering? Well, the way that they've simplified the process for everyone is they say, we're going to insure you for every $100 of payroll. That's how much payroll they're insuring. So they're going to give you a rate, which I'm going to discuss in a second, and that rate is dependent for every $100 of payroll. And you'll see how that plays a part in the formula in a minute. In terms of how much you're going to get charged for every $100 is dependent on the type of work that you're doing. So just like car insurance, if you drive an old car, it's 30 years old, it's beat up, and it's only worth $50 when you put $50 of gas in it, well, your premiums aren't going to be that high. But if you're driving a brand new Lamborghini right off the lot, and we're talking about several $100,000 vehicle, well, your premiums are going to be a lot higher. Another thing that'll affect this rate is, of course, how many injuries that your company has. Just like your car insurance would matter, how many car accidents you've been in, speeding tickets, that kind of stuff. So for our example today, we're going to use $2.04, which means that for every $100 of payroll I'm giving to my employees, WCB is charging me $2.04. Once again, you want to keep in mind, the higher my payroll, the higher my premiums. Another thing we're going to quickly discuss when we're talking about payroll and things is the difference between an estimated payroll and an actual. And the reason why this is important is because sometimes we just need a ballpark number. We need to figure out how much are we paying versus how much are we actually going to pay. So an estimated payroll would be something like $4.3 million for our example today, where our actual payroll, when we calculate exactly how much money we paid all our employees, it's $4,389,231.92. In order for me to show a proper way of using the formula, I created this company, and then we're going to call it just example company. So this example company has a payroll of the $4 million that I mentioned earlier, as well as a WCB rate of $2.04 for every $100 of payroll, which brings us now to the WCB Premium Formula. What you want to start off with is your payroll. So you start off with your payroll, you divide it by $100. Then you multiply that by your WCB rate, and that will give you your WCB premiums. Using actual numbers now, so our actual payroll is $4,389,231.92. We divide that by 100, and then we multiply it by our WCB rate of $2.04, giving us a premium of $89,540.33. So if I was a company and based on my rates, I had a $2.04 charge for every $100, at $4.3 million, I'm paying almost $90,000 in premiums. So you can see that's a significant amount of money for a company of this size. So to quickly recap, when we're doing our WCB premium calculation, we need to know what our payroll is, we need to know what our WCB rates are, and then we need to plug them into the formula where we take our payroll divided by 100, multiplied by the rate, and that gives us our premiums. Now, one of the other thing is you can play around with this. So if you want to look at what would your rates look like if you improved your WCB claims management program, then what you can do is you can decrease that rate. In some cases, you can call WCB and ask them, what is the lowest rates in your industry and how would you get there? And you can use those numbers to see what the difference is. And sometimes you'll be quite surprised at how much of a difference in premiums you could be paying just by changing your WCB rate. If you still have questions and you're not quite sure how to use this formula, then I encourage you, please contact an expert. Go to our website, click on the contact an expert button, and I'll personally walk you through anything that you need to know. I'll even help you with the calculations. That's what I'm here to do. Until next time, take care, simplifiers.